Today is day 25 of building GhostBoss in public. So today I actually touched grass. Literally, I got outside early this morning before the Texas sun fully came up and started roasting everything, and I did some yard work. After spending so much time lately building GhostBoss, working with AI, staring at code, and basically living in a digital world, it felt really good to spend a couple of hours outside doing something physical. There's something satisfying about looking at a yard when you're finished and actually seeing what you accomplished. Then it was breakfast, shower, and then right back to the computer. I had some client work, and then tonight was family movie night. So I didn't get as far into GhostBoss as I originally planned today, but it's okay. I did put another brick in the GhostBoss pyramid. So yesterday we proved the execution engine works. Today I started figuring out how to replace the foundation underneath it without breaking what already was working. So we're officially starting the database migration. But before writing migration code or designing a new database, I wanted to understand exactly what GhostBoss is running on today. So we did a full read-only audit of the current data architecture. We mapped where the founder information lives, which pieces are the actual source of truth, and how information moves through the mission briefs, operational plan, daily orders, blockers, billing, and email. And maybe more importantly, we identified the places where a database migration could go very wrong. Things like keeping founders completely isolated, preserving a history of a task when a GhostBoss adapts after a blocker, and then making sure tasks don't get repeated or skipped. So making sure emails don't get sent twice, and making sure the execution engine behaves exactly the way it does after we replace what's underneath it. We also wrote down the things we don't know yet instead of making assumptions. So that's important because tonight wasn't about designing a new database. It was about understanding the old system well enough to replace it safely. And since every founder currently in GhostBoss is test data, I don't really need to preserve a bunch of fake accounts forever. The goal is to preserve the behavior. We'll migrate the system, test everything, then clean out all the test data. One final smoke test from zero, and then we'll have a clean production environment for beta. So no migration code today, no big new feature, and nothing in production changed. But now we have a map of the system we're about to move. So the next step is something I'm calling the migration preservation contract. Basically, before we decide what the new database looks like, we're going to define everything GhostBoss already does in that new system isn't allowed to break. So yesterday we proved the engine works. Today we started figuring out how to replace the foundation underneath it without rebuilding everything, rebuilding the house. So not bad for a Saturday that started with touching grass and then a family movie night. Execution over motivation. See you tomorrow. Oh, and by the way, the movie was transformed.